Heyo, welcome back. It's Alt Life Yoga Online. I'm April. Thanks for being here. This is pretty great. While you're here, while you're checking this out, you should go down and click subscribe, and that way you can get all of the updates on my channel, and you should comment, let me know what you think. If you like stuff, didn't like stuff, maybe you have suggestions or ideas, you're like, oh, I've been working on this pose, can we talk about it, can we do some stuff? And I'll be like, yeah, heck yeah, let's do the thing, it's gonna be great. And then share this with all of your friends. Whew. Okay, honestly, that was really, really hard for me. I have a really hard time going out and trying to promote the things that I'm doing. I always feel like I'm bothering people or like I'm salesing or something like that. But you know what? That's how the promo thing gets done. I gotta talk about it. I gotta do this thing, even though it terrifies me and it really bothers me. And I have another confession to make. I have the same problem in my social life. I always feel like I'm bothering my friends and my family when I'm reaching out to them all the time. Like, you know, things like I see something on Facebook or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool, that made me laugh. But then I'm like, oh, nope, don't share it. Don't want to like flood people's feeds with all my stuff. But it made me smile, so it's probably going to make somebody else smile. And you also figure, you know, you see stuff on Facebook you don't like most of the time you just kind of scroll past it and go on about your day, because if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But if it matters, if it can change somebody's day life, to see something that really touches them, or to have a connection, you know, that times that you really needed to hear from somebody and you actually do, and you understand that you matter and they matter and that you have this friendship, this connection, you know, when it matters, when it does do something worthwhile, do something good, I think that's way more valuable than worrying about not bothering people with our presence, with trying to make the connection. You know, you may have like a friend that you feel like, I'm just always bothering them, they can never go out, they can never do anything. And you never know what's going on in people's lives, you know? You never know when somebody's not going to be able to be around anymore for you to bother. So I get a little bit heavy, I guess. Always important. Bother the heck out of people with how much you care for them and share all of your light. Because there are some people in this world who are really, really struggling to hang on. And if you are one of them, please know that you are not bothering people with your existence. I was looking for a shirt today, and I happened to stumble upon this. My friend is involved with this group called Suck It Suicide. And it's about awareness and prevention and encouraging everybody to reach out there and let people know that they matter, because they do. And we want you around, and we want you hopefully to be happy and healthy and wonderful. So check out Suck It Suicide and do some yoga and breathe. And I hope that if this really touches you and impacts your life in any way, yeah, please comment, share this with people. If you know somebody who they're like, oh man, like they could really use like some tools to deal with whatever they're going through, and it could they might be suicidal, I don't know, maybe they're just, you know, angry that they have to mow the lawn every day. I don't know your life. But trust me, it's a worthwhile life. And I'm glad you're living it, and I'm glad you're choosing to spend the next half hour or so living it here with me. Let's do some of the yoga. Okay, so real quick also, in the vein of choosing things that are going to make us happy and feel connected and knowing that connections with other people matter and that we're not bothering each other, my prop of choice, my block, is my old high school little personal photo album. My friends used to call me AB, and so here is a picture of me and my friends in high school, and that one's me right there with the dark red hair. Yeah, so happy, fun things, loved ones close to my heart today. Probably a little bit small, but I just thought that was something cool to choose. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, so this class that we're going to do, this practice, I call it just my ABC practice. It is basic, but still challenging, very full spectrum, gets through the whole body, gets her done, gets warmed up, gets open, and then to play with some fun things. We might do a little bit of handstand prepping today. So I start by holding onto the ankles, and you can have the feet pretty far away from your hips. You don't have to have like heels right up in here. In fact, even though I can do that, I feel a lot better with them a little bit further apart. That way I can move the spine, and that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to explore the 6 movements of the spine through this warm-up. So hold on to your ankles, and then take a deep breath in, and then open up through the front of the body. Exhale, round into the spine, all the way from head to tail. Inhale, opening up the front, bending back. Exhale, rounding through the spine, folding forward. One more time, breathe in. Exhale. And so the spine can fold front to back. You can also move side to sides. Take the left hand down, reach the right arm up and over. And then rather than falling down to one side, I'm going to reach upwards to lengthen through both sides and try to relax the inner thighs. Good. Inhale, sit up. Switch arms. Exhale, reach up and over. Side bend to the other side. Relaxing the inner thighs, still trying to sit up, not crunching the shoulder up to the ear. Good. Sit on up. Deep breath in. Exhale, side bend to the right. Or I'm on the right. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, side bend. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Just keep going. One more time each side. Deep breath in. Exhale, come over. Inhale, come up. Exhale, finish it out. And then sit on up. So you can take the spine front to back, side to side, and then you can rotate in either direction. I'm going to take my right fingertips behind me, left fingertips to the right knee, lift up, and then look back over the right shoulder. And I'm pulling the right shoulder back and down, dropping the left shoulder down, lifting the ears up, nice long neck, straight spine. Exhale here. And then inhale, come back to center, switch sides. So I've got a set of fingertips behind my hip, and then one hand on the knee, relaxing the knees down, lifting through a straight spine, and rotating over. Notice I'm not coming back here. I don't have my spine twisting off to the back. I'm straight up and down as much as I can. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, twisting to the left. One more time, lift up. Exhale, twisting over. Inhale to center. Exhale, twisting to the back. So through all of this, I've done a lot of opening of the hips. Gently take the knees, close the hips in. And then to build a little extra heat, I'm going to start off in boat pose, Navasana. So I'm going to get up on my tailbone, spine is nice and straight and lifted, roll the shoulders behind my heart, and then come up into Navasana, or boat pose, with an open heart. Maybe even turning up the corners of the mouth, pretending that I like this place. I really don't. I've gotten a little bit used to it. It's a little bit more familiar, not as crazy for me to stay here. And maybe one day you might notice it's not as crazy too. Take another deep breath in. And then release. Whew. All right, just one of those. Let's come into cat-cow. Or in a table pose, we'll take a couple of cat-cows. So set up hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Just take a couple rounds. Opening up the spine a little bit more. Deep breath in. Exhale. One more time. Really lift the tailbone. Open up that arch in the spine. Exhale. Tuck in, contract, open up the whole back. And then come back to the top of the plank. From here, curl the toes under, lift the hips up. Downward facing dog. And in down dog, I'm going to let my heels relax down a lot. Even if that means that I bend into the knees, what I'm trying to do is lengthen the spine, push the floor away, also opening up the backs of the legs and lifting the tail. Most important of all, I'm going to develop a nice, steady, deep flow of breath. Breathing feels awesome. I'm going to know that no matter what I try to do during this practice, whenever I notice I'm unable to breathe, that's when you take a break, you come down into child's pose. Child's pose is here. Or maybe skip that round, skip that push-up, whatever makes most sense to you. One more deep breath in. Look forward, then walk your feet up towards the front of your mat. And set the feet about 2 fist width distance apart. And then roll the shoulders back, come into a flat spine. Remember, it doesn't have to be flat to the floor. It just has to be long and lifted. You could be up here. And then exhale, soften down. Maybe knees are soft. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands at the heart. So I call this my ABC practice because I go through Sun Salutation A, Sun Salutation B, and Sun Salutation C. And usually I repeat all of those a whole bunch of times. We're just going to do it once each time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to the top of the plank. Push the floor away. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'm going to stay here for about 3 breaths. Releasing the backs of the legs, releasing the heels down, letting the head hang. And one more deep breath in. Look forward and step the feet up to the front of the mat. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands at the heart. And then from here, moving into Sun Salutation B. So we bring the feet a little closer together. Sit back, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, lift the hips up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to the top of the plank. Find length, even the hips at the shoulders. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Good, right away. Take the right leg back. Look forward, step the right foot up to the right hand. Left heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. And then right away, take the hands back down. We're going to start to build some heat. Step back to the top of the plank. Down dog or move forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Again, right away. Move the left leg back. Look forward, step the left foot up to the left hand. Right foot's at 45 degrees. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, come right down out of your warrior 1 into the top of the plank. Move through a vinyasa. That's this movement of chaturanga, up dog, the back bend, down dog, the forward bend. And then we'll stay here for a few breaths. Bringing the heart rate back down, deepening the breath. One more deep breath in. And then look forward, step the feet up together at the front of the mat. We're going to inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway fold, even if it's up higher than halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana. And then bend to the knees, sit back, Utkatasana, fierce pose, chair pose. Good, and on your next inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands meet down at the heart. So that was Sun Salutation B. Let's take C. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Touch the hands. This time, just step the left leg back. So come into a long lunge, and then come up high crescent lunge. Both arms lift. Notice my back heel is still up. My exhale, I'm going to plant both hands down. And then I could come back to downward dog or the top of the plank, and then move through a vinyasa. Push the floor away, open the spine, spread the fingers out, curl the toes, downward dog. Right away, inhale, take, wall, right leg back. Look forward, step the right foot up again to the front of the mat. Inhale, high lunge, long back leg. Exhale, plant the hands, step forward, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, through Uttanasana, take the right leg back. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to the top of the plank. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Keep moving forward, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. From here, inhale, left leg moves back. Exhale, step it to the front of the mat. And remember, you could always give the ankle a scooch if you don't get all the way. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plant the hands down, step forward to the fold. Uttanasana, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold again, soft knees, push into the feet, stand up. Utthita Hastasana, extended through the hands. Exhale, hands come into the heart. And just take a deep breath in and out here. All right, so we warmed up through the 3 major sun salutation variations. And take one more standing flow with most of the basic posture, loosen balancing, some fun stuff. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Take the hands down, step back. Remember, you can always skip the vinyasa or you can take it. I'm going to go for it. Keep breathing. Notice my shoulders aren't forward, they're open, open heart. Curl the toes, down dog. Inhale, stretch the right leg back. Look forward, step it up to the front of the mat. Right heel down. I'm going to go straight through this flow, breathing in warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2, adjusting the back foot. Stay in the lunge, inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle. Nice long line. And then I'm going to come up sky archer, same as peaceful warrior, just with a straight front leg. And then as I exhale, I'm going to come forward to triangle pose. If my hand doesn't reach the floor, and grab onto my toy, my prop, my photo album here. And use a little help from my friends. Open up. And then take nice soft down. And then it was just open in triangle, so I'm going to go right into opening in a half moon. And take the left toes to face out. Use my photo album to keep my arm a little bit longer. And it's really hard, but I'm going to kind of go for taking my gaze up towards the ceiling. And on my exhale, come down into a fold. From there, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, stand up, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti, equal standing pose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, safe spine. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to the top of the plank. Down dog or move through a vinyasa. Keeping the breath steady. Fingers spread wide, not dumping the weight on the wrists. And inhale this time, left leg moves back. Look forward, hollow out the belly a little bit. Make room for the left foot to come forward. Inhale, warrior 1, back heel comes down. Exhale as I come into warrior 2. I'm going to open the leg a little bit. Hips and shoulders are both open. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Notice my left knee didn't come in. Exhale, side angle. Pushing down to the bottom shoulder to open up, at the bottom elbow to open up the shoulder. And then right hand comes back. Both legs straight, sky archer. Exhale, come forward. Have a little help from my friends. Triangle pose. And notice the hips and the shoulders are both open to the side here. Also, the right toes are pointed out. It's very much a similar shape to half moon. So I'm going to come up to stand on the left leg. And then open up the right shoulder, open up the right elbow. Right toes are active. I'm going to invite them to the party. And my balance is a little bit unsteady this time. I'm still going to go for the ceiling because I've got the assistance of my picture book here. Awesome. I made it. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Whew. Go ahead and stand up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands come down into the heart. In. Okay, so we did half moon, a little bit more balancing shapes, seeing what happens. I'm going to come into tree pose. I'm going to take my foot. I can always take tree as just bringing the foot on the inside of the ankle. Toes can touch. This is great. This can be a huge challenge for balance for some of us. You can take the foot, and take the foot under the inside of the calf. I have a little bit of space, so I'm going to grab onto the ankle, put the foot on the knee, and then open my knee out, bringing the palms into the heart. Now, there's many variations for tree pose, but I want to focus on making connections and help powerful making connections can be. So push into both feet. Notice the length that you get. Notice the greater space coming to the inner thigh. And then push into the hands and feel the strength that's coming into your chest. The lift, the openness across the shoulders. How much more powerful you feel by joining the palms together. Take another deep breath in. And then lower the right leg down. And going to the other side. So remember, the toes on the floor. Calf. Awesome. Please don't put your foot on your knee because I want you to press in. I don't want you to hurt the joint. Using the wall. And then open the knee. Get taller in the standing leg by pushing into the floor. Stronger opening the thigh by pushing into the foot on the leg. And then more open in the chest by pushing into the hands. I also feel like my shoulders slide down, my ears slide up. I'm longer through the spine. Make sure the tailbone's not hanging behind you, that it's drifting downwards, long through the whole spine. Deep breath in. Exhale. And lower the leg down with control. And kind of face the front of the mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, nice long flat back. And then I'm going to step the left leg back. Push down into the feet, feel the legs lengthen, and then come into a twist, opening the right arm, sliding the shoulder blades on the back, reaching out through all of my limbs. And then as I exhale, taking both hands down. And now you can always lower the back knee down to take the right leg back if you like, and you can stay here, opening up side gate, opening up the chest, or I can straighten into both legs, push down into the floor, into the outside of the foot. Try for just one breath in, maybe more if you've got it, and then take both hands down. I'm just going to push straight back to downward facing dog, bend into the knees a little bit, look forward, and then push into the mat so that I get a little bit airborne. Whoop. And notice how much more strength I get by pushing into the mat. And then I can step, or you can float your way up to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. And step all the way up. Exhale, hands come down into the heart. Deep breath in. Same thing other side, fold forward. Nice long spine. And then take the hands down, step the right leg back. So I'm going to adjust my feet so that I'm nice and long. I'm going to push into the legs, feel the lift. And then I'm not going to allow the hip to move out to the left side. I'm going to pull the hips in together so that I have room to rotate around a long straight spine, just like when we were seated on the floor. And take a deep breath in. And then you could lower the back knee down as we did before, or push down into the right hand and move the left leg. Got a couple of steps there. And then tailbone down to the heels. Strong through the backs of the shoulders, long through the neck. Exhale, take both hands down. And I'm going to press back downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And then lower the knees. Sit back, child's pose. Now we've done some stuff on the hands, so if you want to wiggle the fingers out a little bit, maybe let the palms face up. It's a good place to relax. And start to take the hands underneath the shoulders. Go ahead and sit up. And then I'm going to invite you to move the short end of your mat up against a wall. So I'm going to lock this door here just to make sure I don't get any surprises, because we've got just about enough wall here that I'm safe. Now, I'm going to go through an inversion. An inversion is anything where you are upside down. This inversion is, it could be that we start a handstand prep. Or if you're like, no, I don't know about that, or you want to watch, then this feels really awesome. I'm going to sit my tush right up against the wall, and then lay down and take the legs up the wall. And you may notice that this feels awesome. And you might not want to move. And you know what? Sweet. You don't gotta. You ain't bothering nobody by hanging out right here. And if you ever notice throughout the course of your day, you're like, oh, life is terrible. Stop what you're doing, go to a wall, put your tush on it, put your legs up it, and hang out. I promise. It's going to be really sweet. It may not fix all of your problems, but at least then your body feels a little bit softer and sweeter. So, other option, if you want to be a little bit crazy, do something kind of liberating, we're going to start to prep for handstand. And I'm going to sit with my feet. The feet are pressed right up against the wall. Now the length of my legs is going to be the same whether my legs are in the air or my legs are down on the mat. So I've got foot to the wall. My hands are going to go right underneath my hips because that's where they're going to be in just a moment. So I'm going to mark this out and make sure very carefully that I've got the same distance of my hands as my legs were away from the wall. I'm going to push down into the mat. I'm pushing into a really big heavy door. Notice that the muscles in the back open up. I can feel some space in my shoulders, and I'm going to wrap my elbows to face back. Now, hyperextendy friends like myself, you have no strength here. We really don't. We just can't use the muscles. We're getting a lot of strain. So what I like to do is I almost feel like my elbows are a little bit bent. Not here, but there's a little bit of softness, just making sure that my elbows aren't sticking out this way. Okay? Spread fingertips apart. And then from here, I could start to come into a really short down dog. And you might say, oh, well, that was enough. I'm going to go sit my tush on the ground. Sweet, you do that. The rest of us are going to go up and let's think about my hip height, I think, right? And then I could take both feet up and then push into the mat. I'm like, all right, cool. That was a lot. If you want a little bit more, I'm going to straighten into the leg so I can tell I need to take my feet up just a little bit. And then rather than letting myself hang out here, I'm going to draw the ribs together, push into the wall, push into my hands. Now, if you'd like to, if you have the practice, you can take maybe one leg up. Maybe try both. And then I don't really have a handstand practice away from the wall, so I've had enough. I'm going to take my toes down and my knees down and then sit back. Let my palms face up, just letting the blood return to the wrists and hang out. Good. All right, so we just did a handstand. It's pretty neat. Like, no, because I wasn't in the middle of the room and it wasn't whatever, okay? You stood on your hands and other things, but definitely on the hands. It was pretty sweet. So let's take it down a little bit, okay? Then an inversion, kind of resetting the body systems, and do just a little bit more folding and heart opening, and we'll Shavasana, that'll be great. So take your legs in front of you, and then lift your tush up, and then bend into the knees so that you can reach the body forward. And notice that you're going to get a deeper crease or a tighter fold in between your thighs and your belly. And that's the point of forward folding. We're not trying to just reach the toes and be here. Because notice that I've got all this space, my little back's collapsing. This is just terrible. So be here. And you know what? What's really awesome about being here is that you can lift, you can open up your heart, find all of this space. It just feels a lot nicer. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. So we open up the back of the body there. We're going to go open up the front of the body. Move from a forward fold into an altered pose. So you're going to push the feet into the ground, push the hips up, draw the inner thighs in, and then wrap the elbows back, open the heart up. And one more deep breath in. Exhale, come on down. I'm going to open up the legs a little bit. Take the fingertips behind me. Open the heart up. And then hinging forward at the hips. If you feel like you have more support with the arms behind you, I find those of us who feel like forward folding is a nemesis can stay there. If you are a folder like myself and you've just been itching to go here, you can take a nap or come on back up. And gently draw the legs in, lay down on the back, and put the heels in nice and close to my hips. Walk the shoulders underneath. We'll go for one bridge pose. Walk the shoulders under more. You can interlace the hands underneath the back. And then push down into all four corners of the feet, including the big toe, the pinky toe, and the inner edge of the heel. And lifting the thigh bones up into the hips. One more breath in. Exhale. Take the hips down. And draw the knees into the chest. This is one more thing just to bring out the spine. Take the knees over to the right. Maybe look over the left shoulder if that feels good in the body. Take a deep breath in. Soften on the exhale. Taking the knees up. And over to the other side. And take a deep breath in. Exhale. And take the knees back up. Give yourself a squeeze. Give yourself some love. Because you deserve it. You just did an awesome thing for yourself. And then you're going to do an even more awesome thing for yourself. Turn off for a bit. Do some raw, sweet resting in Shavasana. And again, always, you stay here as long as you need. I would always recommend at least like 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes at the end of your practice. Longer is good, by all means. Hang out. Because you deserve this. You deserve a rest. You deserve to give yourself some care, some love, some off time. And then when you feel ready, then maybe give yourself a hug again. Thank yourself for coming to the mat, for giving yourself this time, for sharing all of this space and strength and breath together here today. And gently move yourself up to a comfortable seat whenever you're ready. And as you continue in this rest, continue about your day, keep this resolution that you will believe that you are not bothering anybody by sharing yourself with them, by sharing things that make you smile, that make you happy, sharing a smile, and letting others know that they matter to us, fostering these connections. I'm just continuing on with this crazy, weird, but usually pretty beautiful thing called life. Thanks for sharing some of it here with me today. Namaste.